Now, granted, the Supreme Court didn't really set a precedence because they didn't really rule on anything. They just decided to let whatever decision was made by whatever court to stand. And this was under the Ninth Circuit, which is the California court, or the left coast, which is full of people who don't particularly like the United States or embarrassed by the United States. And they want multiculturalism. And, they're like, there's a gentleman here in the Bunkerized Home studio, and his name is Sam. And Sam doesn't particularly like that idea. So, just to bring this whole notion home, I want Sam just to say a couple words on this issue. Sam, just say a couple of words, because people, they're a little upset about the notion that they don't think that their kids will be able to wear the American flag and multiculturalism and all that kind of stuff. Well, I got to tell you, Rod, I agree with them. I tell you, this stuff is getting out of hand here. And we got all these people talking all kinds of foreign languages. This is America, where we speak American. We fly the American flag, Rod. And let me tell you something, we're proud of that flag. And it's not a disruptive sight to see that flag anywhere it's flying, even if it's flying across the stomachs and chests of America's children. Because they're the future of this country. And if they're not allowed to be proud of America, Rod, then we're going to lose this country. And we're never going to get it back. And I got to tell you, I have nightmares. I have American nightmares every night, Rod, when people tell me that it's a disruption to have the American flag flying, even if it's just flying across the bellies and the chest of America's children in American public schools. This is America after all. You fly the flag. What do they do, Rod? On Cinco de Mayo, do they haul up the Mexican flag? Well, this ain't Mexico, Rod. This is America, and we fly the American flag. And I cannot believe that American children cannot have the American flag flying across their chest and their belly on their T-shirts. I mean, you got Japan. Japan's able to have a Japanese flag on their chest. Yeah, China's got a red T-shirt on all their children, and we can't even fly a flag, the simple American flag. That's not American, Rod. It's un-American. And I got to tell you, this has got to change. Well, thank you, Sam. And I think you heard I can't add anything to that. Sam has got it right. He knows what's going on, and he knows that, look, this is the most idiotic type of thing one of the most idiotic things I've ever come across for a nation. It is to say that you cannot fly or have or display your own flag in your own country. Now, I would fully understand if these kids were in Mexico. And the Mexican government said, you cannot fly the American flag on Cinco de Mayo. Fine. That's their desire down in their country. Great. I get it. But to come across the border and to have Americans tell other Americans that you cannot display the American flag because some foreign students might be offended? Well, at that particular point, I'm sorry. Well, I try to be a gentleman, but the good old F-bomb might have been flying that day as well for me. And I got to tell you, you people out there who still put your kids in these public indoctrination centers that we call public schools, I don't understand it. This is starting to border on, in my book, it's starting to border on child abuse. Putting your kids in American public indoctrination centers that we call public schools is bordering on child abuse. Do you really want to send your kid to some building I don't care how pretty the building is. You want to send your kid to some building, and inside that building, he or she is being told that, displaying and showing patriotism in their own country, in their country's flag, is disruptive in their own country. And this goes part and parcel with and I hold a lot of adults to this as well, because we have a lot of these closed communities, these gated communities, and these condo communities that limit or restrict or prevent people from flying the flag. And shame on you. There is nothing more beautiful than to see, the small town America. Small town America is when everybody on Main Street is flying the flag on their home. That is a beautiful sight. If you go into a gated community or a condo complex that doesn't prevent people from flying the flag, or if it's like July 4th or Flag Day, and you see all of these flags all over the place, that is a beautiful sight. It is not disruptive. It is not ugly. It is not gangly. It is absolutely freaking gorgeous. And you know what? Any other country that you go to that does the same thing with their flag, that's a beautiful sight. To have pride in one's own nation, there is nothing wrong or disruptive about that. I expect if I go to France to see the French flag all over the place. I expect it. I expect to go to Greece and see the Greek flag all over the place. I expect to go to Canada and see the Canadian flag all over the place. I expect to go to Mexico and see the Mexican flag all over the place. And there wouldn't be a person in this country who would not agree with me that even if they go to Russia or they expect to see the Russian flag. They go to China, they expect to see the Chinese flag. They go to Japan, they're going to expect to see the Japanese flag all over the place. But then you come here to the United States, and you're going to tell me that Americans are supposed to sit back and accept the fact that, we can't display the American flag all over the place. Oh, no. I'm not going to stand for that, folks. I will not say, you want to try to find me or whatever, come get the money. You can try to get the money. You're not getting it. And if I send I don't have little children that are school age. But if I send my kid to school in a T-shirt with the American flag in it, I don't care if it's Flag Day or if it's Cinco de Mayo Day or if it's Christmas Day. That's the clothing I put on them. That's the clothing they're wearing. And if you even think about touching them, we're going to have a problem. Big, huge. And don't you dare try to tell me that some stupid ass judge is sitting out there in California has decided, wearing the flag, Rod, is a disruption. A disruption to whom? The only people who seem to be making it a disruption are these stupid liberal educators who are embarrassed by their own nation's flag. And that's a shame. You know what? We should just kick their butts out of it. Don't get me fired up on this. Because I swear I'll be kicking some uneducated, overly educated ass. This does not stand in my book, and it's shame on the Supreme Court for passing on this. They should even have to hear arguments. All they have to do is just say, you know what, Ninth Circuit, you're a bunch of idiots. The school district, you're a bunch of asses. You can't do this. Free speech. Whatever happened to, it's free speech as long as it's not disruptive. Look, this is what I told you people before. When there are people out there talking about because of what happened in Texas. Remember the Texas Mohammed cartoon contest? What happened there? And Americans, even Republicans, are starting to say, well, maybe we should, think about certain kinds of speech not being free speech. And this is the direction that the Supreme Court and other judges are now taking. Well, American people are kind of ready for censorship. And look what's happening already. I warned you this kind of stuff was going to happen, and it's only going to get worse because we, the people, are freaking stupid enough to fall for this. You know, Rod, did you just call all the American people stupid? Well, yeah, if they're into any kind of censorship, you know, for a speech censorship, yeah, they're stupid. You know, people can say a lot of things and express themselves in a lot of ways that I don't like. But you know what? I'm probably going to say a lot of things that they don't like. I mean, it's an equal opportunity here. Pretty much very equal opportunity. So, yeah, you know, I know I'm pissing a few people off by expressing my constitutional rights. You know, my God-given rights to express myself. Are you trying to tell me that this notion that kids who are you know what, they're not displaying some weird T-shirt, they're displaying the American flag? You know, it reminds me of a time. Remember when? Now, I just heard the other day that the Simpsons have been on the air for 27 years. 27 years. I know some people think that the Simpsons are funny, but I got to tell you, that's a little disgusting. But you know what? If they want to continue to make episodes of the Simpsons and people want to watch the Simpsons and support it, that's fine. I don't have to watch it. But I remember when 25 years ago, the Simpsons had a T-shirt, Bart Simpson. Kids could wear it to school. You know, touting Bart Simpson, underachiever, proud of it, number one underachiever. Did you know that at that particular time, the number one selling T-shirt was that Bart Simpson style T-shirt with underachiever on it, and the number one selling T-shirt in the nation of Japan was Japan is number one. So the number one selling T-shirt in the United States was not the USA number one. No. It was underachiever. And so now, those kids grown up and fulfilling the desires and dreams of those T-shirts, underachiever. And this is what we're getting in our schools by saying, you know, the flag displayed on a shirt is disruptive to foreign students. You know, well, if the foreign student, in my book, doesn't particularly like the display of the American flag in the United States of America, then they are more than welcome and more than free to head back to the country from whence they came. We will not hold a grudge. At least I know I won't. I will not be upset. I will say, thank you for coming. Now get the hell out. I know there are people out there who think, well, Rod, you're just, you're just anti-immigrant, Rod. You're anti-immigrant. No, I'm anti-American. How's that? So if you're anti-American, I'm anti-you. Plain and simple. There is absolutely no excuse, no reason for any of this kind of garbage. And we need to stop before. Look, this is the easy way to lose a country, folks. It doesn't take much to do it. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to lose your nation. All you have to do is be embarrassed of it, have a government that is willing to cover it up and to prevent you from loving it, and there you have it. The demise of the United States of America from within, because you have a bunch of people who are embarrassed by the flag in our display of patriotism because it's so disruptive for foreigners. Get out if it's disruptive to you.